But now we have to look at what the newspapers are, look at the various front and back pages. And we start with the Daily Graphic. And on the front page of the Daily Graphic, it says, National Towing Program Brouhaha, danger persists on our roads. And I tell you, you read the story, you get to know vividly the concerns that have been raised variedly by various road safety experts, the National Road Safety Commission, particularly the Ministry of Transport, the various agencies that work in making sure that this is well curtailed. We have National Towing Program Brouhaha, danger persists on our roads. And you have upfrontly the Daily Graphic, almost like taking on a crusade to look at the state of broken down vehicles on our roads and the dangers they cause to motorists. And we know that we just had the latest incident over the weekend in which that we know, for example, that there was a stationary car in which somewhere on the Lubu Road, the Asempa Road near Takwa, and it led to near fatality. And you go to page 32 of the paper, you get to find that, or page 3 of the paper actually gives you a vivid description of what really the concerns are. And then on page 32, you get to find that it's not as easy as it is. A lot of trucks persisting on the roads, and this is what it is. All of them. All the major networks in our country. It should be something that we all should be worried about. So, okay, so we have other stories on the front page of the Ghanaian Times. We have EC boss blames 2 deputies for confusion, and then we also have a story that also is talking about perhaps some disagreement among the deputies and even the commissioner or the chairperson of the Electoral Commission, and it's the Daily Graphic we're talking about. So Tekpe speaks on IMF program, and that's on page 34 of the Daily Graphic. You just have to grab a copy. On the back page, we have Heart Silence, Tema Youth, and Elmina Sharks Bite Again. Those are the stories we have. Wow. Okay, so we also have the Ghanaian Times in the next paper. EC boss in point-by-point response to allegations. And that story is on page 16 of the paper, the Ghanaian Times. We also have Woyoma faces AG Grill today as he answers oral examination in the Supreme Court. And we'll see how that goes for Mr. Alfred Agbashi Woyoma. Government allocates 255.5 million Ghana cedis for preparations towards free SHS, and that story is on page 7. I'll read it. It says the government has allocated 255.5 million Ghana cedis to the tertiary education sector to support institutions in preparation for enrollment increases as a result of the free SHS policy. The amount representing some 32.33% of the total GET fund allocation for the year should also support the implementation of government's priority projects in the sector. Speaking at the 2017 congregation of the University of Ghana, Professor Kwesi Yanka, Minister in charge of tertiary education, said government was committed to expanding access to tertiary education to accommodate expected increases in demands. All right, so those are the stories we have. All right, so those are the stories we have on the back page. We have Hearts, Whip, Tema Youth, and other sports stories all there. We also have the front page of the Daily Graphic. The Daily Guide is the paper we're looking at next. It says soldier arrested over teenage sex. And then we also have chaos at EC, dirty fight over chop. You have a picture there of the chairperson of the Electoral Commission, Mrs. Charlotte to say, and you have Alhaji Amadou Sule, who is also a deputy commissioner. And then you have Mrs. Georgina Opokwa Mankwa. We know that she's been asked to proceed on leave in the meantime as investigations also continue. And the Daily Guide vividly describes what the issues are in its paper today. Please grab a copy. I'm sure you get an insight into all that has been happening. And we know there have been pointers or responses from the chairperson of the Electoral Commission. PNC sacks Atik Atik Mohammed will be in the studio. We'll speak to him. And Silences Bernard Mona. Woyoma faces grilling today. So we have other stories there. Other stories on the, I always like looking at News One. News One, it says, Shatta Wale says that leave Nana Addo alone. Shatta Wale to NDC. And then we have Prophet Kumchacha. I'm not a fool to go to Dentro Boase to preach. Prophet Kumchacha goes. Anyway, goes wild. So we'll see how that goes. And then it's official. EL, apparently, according to what the reports are contrary, is not leaving his management. All right. We have the Finder, and the Finder has on a front page of the paper, Rot tears EC apart as allegations of corruption scandals fly. Sule accused of illegal vote transfers. And the story, Charlie. Bad blood with 2 deputies, 1 million Ghana cedi for the renovation official Bangalo, sins of Mama Sule, deputy chair operations, sins of Georgina Pukwa, sins of Charlotte Osei, 1 woman show, breaches of procure. Charlie. They should hasten slowly. This is the most electoral body we have in our country. So I believe these issues should be well handled. EC blows 3.9 million Ghana cedis to petition office. We have that's COP Dr. Dampare's new director general. That's COP Dr. Dampare's new director general of police operations. And that story is on page 8 of the paper. He'll be taking over from, I think, that Tete Yohuno. That would be appropriate, if I'm correct. If I'm correct. I should be. Okay, it says, Commissioner of Police Dr. George Ekufu Dampare is now Director General of Operations, Ghana Police Service, in a fresh reshuffle by Inspector General of Police, David Asantia Pietu. And he takes over from COP Christian Tete Yehuno, who has now been appointed the Director General in charge of special duties. Prior to this appointment, Dr. Dampare was the Director General of ICT. COP Prosper Ablo, who is currently the Director General of Special Duty, has been appointed Director General Welfare. Assistant Commissioner of Police Anthony Edu has also been appointed the Director General of ICT. The changes take immediate effect. Good congratulations to you, COP Dr. George Ekufu Dampare. I first met you, I remember, in my first travel back in Egypt, and you were a very good officer then, and I'm sure that you're still a very good officer. So we have MPP has no hand in the EC crisis, according to John Boydo, who is the acting general secretary of the party, who is now substantively vying for that position, or says he will be vying for that position when the executive elections of the party is announced, and the period is also announced. GRA Claire's Agambire reopens his office. The story is on page 4 of the paper. We have the Daily Statesman. The Daily Statesman, Charlotte revealed more rot at EC, and the story is on page 2 of the paper. Describes Sule, Georgina as rude and insubordinate. All right. You have a picture there of Georgina Opukwa Mankwa, Deputy Commissioner in charge of Corporate Services, and Alhaji Amadu Sule, Deputy Commissioner in charge of Operations. I have a picture there of herself. The EC boss, Mrs. Charlotte, was saying in her response to the petition, stated that she met Thabo Mbeki, contrary to what the petitioners were saying, that she didn't meet them. MPP has no excuse for electoral defeat in 2020, and that's according to the acting general secretary of the party, John Boydo, JB, as is known to many people. PNC endorses leaders' appointments by presidents. You have the Today newspaper. Mahama ministers hot as names of former appointees and investigation pop up. The story is on page 3 of the paper. And it says that it may be a mere coincidence when President Akufo-Addo last week during his encounter with some journalists, selected journalists in Accra, hinted that his government will do a thorough research on alleged corrupt appointees of former President John Dramani Mahama before proceeding to court for any. But today can report that before the governing MPP took up the reins of government, the leadership of the party had already penciled down some names for prosecution, and some names are there. Prominent among the list of the alleged past government targeted for prosecution by the MPP administration are former Chief Executive Sly Mensah, former National Coordinator of NADMO, Kofi Potofi, Maslok boss Sedinam Tamaklo, former Minister of Transport Jafar Tivo, and former Managing Director of State Transport Samuel Nyama Donko. Others are free on a long list, almost like everybody. All right, so we have chaos at Flagstaff House over EC boss saga. Queen Mother cautions GTC. And we'll look at the Daily Dispatch newspaper next. It has on the front page, NDC's 2020 ticket. Will Alabi be JDM's vice president or Sly, Spio, Ajaho, and Ahoy? Sylvester Mensah, ex-president John Mahama, and Do Ajaho. We have Adai Sebo on Buzia's lesson to Akufo-Addo. Farmers heckle Cocoa top official over Opuni. And on the back page, we have all these. Back page. Okay. So we have the last paper. We're looking at the Business and Financial Times. You go to the front page. Local banks must handle larger share of government transactions. UMB boss and GIPS half-year transactions hit 97 billion Ghana cedis. That's good news. Good news, good news. It's well been put in good infographics on the front page of the Business and Financial Times. Government considers incentives for one district, one factory investors, Yofi grants. And on the back page, we have Odotobri Rural Bank launches ATM services. The Odotobri Rural Bank has launched its ATM services. It's a big fanfare. Poised to rub shoulders with the investor banks. Big fanfare. Prestige Capital Schools Credit Unions in Bonafo region. UniCredit opens its 24th branch, we're told. It's all in the paper, the Business and Financial Times. But we have a lot more news, so we'll be looking at the various online portals. So we'll go to majoronline.com first, and then we'll look at what stories there are there. Vividly try to look at which stories also have been featured, and then we'll look at the various stories too. So we have Czech Republic to invest in Ghana's agricultural sector, and it says Czech and then farmers demand states clamp down on smuggling of subsidized fertilizers. It's a problem. Spelling Bee goes local. Dagbani is just a start. 77 school children aged between 6 and 10 years will be participating in the pilot Spelling Bee competition in their mother tongue, Dagbani. So you also have Deputy Natural Resources Minister accuses ECG of power supply to illegal miners. And it says ECG has been criticized for supplying electricity to Chinese illegal miners in Takwa in the western region. They're paying for the power one day, even though it's illegal. And IMF downgrades US and UK growth. And Charlie, you can upgrade them, but Charlie, and your credit is a PD. This one is not African country. Downgrade, but Charlie, they are still top. They'll still give us 8. Ghana, if they downgrade us ourselves, we can't give ourselves 8. Most will go and give other countries. So Charlie, downgrade them even to F. But let's see other story. Isaac Dogboy batters Javier Chacon to defend WBO belts, and I'm told that the fight ended in round 6 when the gentleman apparently had a health problem. He broke his knuckles. Ubuninsa. What? As a dog boy. I hope that you'll be the next person who'll be winning us titles. He's just not a tall lad though. But WBO to defend his international. And it's Isaac Dogboy made it an unbeaten 70 as he knocked out Argentina's Javier Chacon to defend his WBO international super bantamweight belt at the Bukum Boxing Arena. Charlie, Bukum Boxing Arena. Charlie, thanks for that arena. we can have great boxing taking place in Ghana. So we have other stories there as well. PNC suspend General Secretary Atiq Mohammed indefinitely, and I know that he's promised to give us a great interview today, so we should expect him in the studio if he can come, and that would be great. Samson Stake, the political lawyer who is that, is his opinion featured on Newsfile over the period or on Saturday. I will fight for justice for Atiq. PNC chairman condemned General Secretary suspension. Chairman of the People's National Convention, Bernard Mona, has refused to endorse the suspension of General Secretary Atiq Mohammed, calling it an injustice. Allah ilallah. Inshallah. Mashallah. 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 Shukran. Shukran. We have other stories there, but let's go to City FM Online and quickly look at some of the stories we have. On City FM Online, we have Charlotte responds to fraud allegations. I told that 27-pointer allegations and then responses. Delays in payment of arrears affecting academic work. Get Fund students complaining. And then we support Edward Mahama's ambassadorial appointment according to the PNC. Now it's official. They support it. And then we have I'm still at post. PNC's Atiq Mohammed. My good friend, good morning to you. We'll be expecting this. The government not supporting 5th anniversary of Atta Mills' death. Koku Anyi Doho. We know that Atta Mills was a former president of our republic, the Republic of Ghana. Okay, so we have other stories there as well. Let's go to the BBC. On the BBC, Nigeria releases photo of ill president. The president laughs off cocktail of lies about his health as he recovers in London. You have banana in front of him. Good health. Showing good health. What a picture. Photo. Nigeria's leader recuperating fast. Nigeria's ailing leader home soon. Can't teach nature. A UN peacekeeper killed in car, that's Central African Republic, and trying the berry and porcupine diet. And now we have Africa highlights. Zambia sets free baboon behind power cuts. Guinea must hold day of prayer for Buhari. And $750 million of Congo revenue from mining missing. It's not strange. All right. So those are the stories we have on the front pages, as well as we have on the various online portals. All right, so very soon we'll have to invite Benedict also in to give us the latest. We know that there are still training matches, I call them. There are pre-season matches taking place across Europe, the United States of America, and elsewhere in Asia, especially in China, by the various teams, especially those teams from mainland Europe, but for our own interest, the Premier League. And yesterday, good result for Manchester United there, but it was a comical penalty. 10 penalties, 7 misses. Really doesn't make, But still, the result is good for the confidence of Manchester United, even though Chelsea is still the team to be this season. Manchester United also coming up. So.